Jagex have recently started making a big push to get players using their new Jagex account system. However, it's clear that there's a lot of confusion around what this entails and the benefits of it. This video is going to give you a quick overview of Jagex accounts and what you need to know about them. A Jagex account is a new account that you use to manage all of your existing Runescape accounts, otherwise known as characters. It requires an email address and supports two-factor authentication with backup codes. More on those later. By logging into the Jagex launcher with a Jagex account, you're able to, with a single click, log into any of the characters linked to that Jagex account. And let's be frank, Jagex aren't the first company to do this. Blizzard have done similar when they migrated World of Warcraft accounts to Battle.net accounts, for similar reasons as to why Jagex are now doing it for RuneScape. To get started, you first need to make a Jagex account. You're only going to need one account, which means you only need one password, so make it a good one. Once you have a Jagex account, you can connect characters to that account. You do this by logging into your Jagex account, selecting Connect a Character, and then logging into your RuneScape account. Once a character has been connected to your Jagex account, its original login details can no longer be used to access the account. It can only be logged into via your Jagex account. And now you can just run the Jagex launcher, log into your Jagex account, and play that character, as well as any others you've connected. While we're in our Jagex account, I recommend setting up two-factor authentication and then storing your backup code somewhere safe and secure. Out of the two options available for two-factor, I would personally avoid using the email option unless you have no other choice. This is because with email access, someone could also reset your password, meaning it's not really two-factor authentication at that point. The account-related things that stay with your RuneScape account or character instead of moving over to your Jagex account are linked accounts such as Twitch and Steam, your character name, your account status such as any pending or in-place bans, and membership. I'm kinda sad to see Jagex not put some kind of shared membership into the Jagex account system, but maybe that's something we can see in the future. Now to address the burning question around Jagex accounts. Why do we need them? The short answer is security, and the longer answer is a lot more detailed. I'm about to go into quite a bit of technical detail around account security, so if you don't care about the nitty-gritty, skip to this timestamp. Ultimately, the problem with account security comes down to the old account system being old, likely a nightmare to maintain, and missing key features such as case-sensitive passwords that we take for granted elsewhere. As for why case insensitivity in passwords is a problem, it massively reduces the number of possible passwords. For example, the following passwords would all be unique in a modern system, but for a RuneScape account, they're all the same. This, among other technical limitations and barriers that Jagex likely face with the old system, means it's much safer to move everyone over to a new, modern system instead of try and patch the old one. Outside of these technical limitations, there are two vectors commonly used to attack RuneScape accounts that can summarize the weakness of the old system. The first is that accounts didn't require an email address. Until 2010, accounts just had a username and a password. Because of this lack of email address, account recovery has historically been handled in a prove you know enough kind of way. This is very susceptible to social engineering attacks, which is one of the most common attacks used for targeted account compromise. And another problem is that due to the age of RuneScape, the inability to change the login username for an account, combined with the historical reuse of details such as username and passwords across websites, there are many leaks from sites around in the 2000s that likely contain RuneScape account details that were reused on another site. This is one of the most common causes of non-targeted account compromise. Jagex accounts fix this by guaranteeing that every user has an email address, and that can be used to contact them for account recovery. This means users can reset their password through their email address, nullifying the need for the old account recovery system. Jagex accounts also let old accounts, which are the most vulnerable, disable and bypass the old outdated login system. There have been many reports of people who have accounts from before 2010 getting their accounts recovered away from them. The last thing I want to cover is two-factor authentication and why you should care about it. Firstly, old accounts do support two-factor, but it can actually be disabled through your email address. This is not the case with Jagex accounts, which use backup codes for you to get access to your account if you lose access to your authenticator. Unless you use the email verification option, this two-factor system ensures that you need two compromises to get access to your Jagex account. This is significantly more secure than anything currently possible with a RuneScape account. You need your email and password, or access to your email account to reset your password, and you need an authenticator or a backup code. If you were to use the email verification option, then a compromised email account can then be used to both reset your password and verify through two-factor. So I would highly suggest avoiding that. I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but it's not a great option unless you have no other choice. This increase in security from the user access point of view, combined with any modernization Jagex have done to the new account system, add up to a system that is so much more secure than the old Runescape account system, and that's why Jagex are making this huge push to get everyone on the new system. I have seen a lot of concern around putting all of your Runescape accounts into one Jagex account, because if someone gets access to your Jagex account, they get all your Runescape characters instead of just one. Personally, I've moved over to using a Jagex account because the chance of someone getting access to that Jagex account versus any of the RuneScape accounts I've now got attached to it is so much lower that it just outweighs the increased impact of them getting access to multiple characters. However, if this is something that really does concern you, what I would suggest you do is make one Jagex account per RuneScape account. That way you get the best of both worlds. You just have to manage multiple authenticators and remember multiple passwords. I hope this video helped you if you were previously confused about the Jagex account system, but if you do have any more questions, I will try my best to answer them in the comments. I'm not an employee of Jagex, I don't know exactly all their internal systems and support processes, but I am a software engineer of multiple years experience, and I have worked on some pretty security sensitive projects, so I do have a fair bit of expertise in the area. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next video.